Hola, saludos. Just a video tutorial on how to use Aviary. I think we're gonna bypass a lot of issues that we came up with on Tuesday with a lot of different kinds of applications. We're gonna do a one-stop video or audio editing tool at aviary.com. It's called myna, and we'll log into myna with kind of a class login if you like. You can certainly do your own login. I'll just have you use our class title EDHD 5007. Our password is going to be all caps fax tech ed, and then you'll log. And Aviary has a lot of tools. You'll notice that there's an image editor and a color editor. The one that we're going to use is called myna, and myna is an audio editor. Click on create with myna, and you'll open up the online editor. Online is good and bad. Drawbacks tend to be that it's going to run a little slower. The huge gain is that you don't have to use your space. Audio files can tend to be big. When you open up you'll have this library on the bottom, so you can pick a lot of different types of sounds that you can introduce to your file. Your panel is up top here, a lot like any Windows file. Again, this is Mac and PC friendly, so it's pretty easy to navigate. Your tracks look a lot like when we were working with GarageBand in class. A couple of different tracks. We can record into it like GarageBand, so we're just going to eliminate the whole need of using Audacity. The problems that we found with LAME, the encoder, we're just going to bypass and do this all with one tool. So I'm going to first read my modified test. Whatever audio activity you want to do, you can do, but I provided you a copy of Julie's test because I wanted you to be able to have something to record, and I think that modifying a test with audio instructions is a really nice to have in your tool belt when you're teaching. So you can hand that to a case manager, to a student with special needs with an IEP, and they could take it in a resource area or what have you. So I'll first show you how to record. The record button's in the middle right. I'll just click on record. With any kind of a microphone or a camera, you'll always have to allow the camera to see or the mic to record. So you'll just hit close, and then I'll hit start recording. Anything that I record from here on in is going to be recorded. So I'll just record like I'm doing this test. So I would say, hi, this is Mr. Becker's child development class. This is the final exam, and this is my audio recording. And maybe this is a good place to put in some intro music. Again, not that you need intro music, but I really want you to be able to layer in music. That's a really key skill set to have when you're editing audio. I'll just read it. Oh, it's a multiple choice section. Identify the letter of the choice that best completes the statement or answers. And I'll just skip to number 1 here. Which of the following is an example of parents setting limits on child behavior? Is it A, giving the child a reward for stopping the behavior, B, showing the child the way they should speak to others, C, telling the child that hitting is not allowed, or D, praising the child for the behavior? Number 2, single teen parents are more likely than older parents to A, have friends they can turn to or help, B, have more free time to meet personal needs, B, have a baby who's colic, or D, have financial difficulties. Number 3, which of the following can safely be left in a baby's crib when the baby is sleeping? A, a small pillow, B, a stuffed animal, C, a fitted sheet, or D, a fluffy blanket? Number 4, again, you're marking the best answer, A through D. This is a good chance for you to give some suggestions or steer students, give some hints that are appropriate for all students, but a nice gentle reminder for the students. Once I'm done recording my own voice, I'll hit stop recording, and then it's going to ask me to give it a file name, and then I'll hit start recording. Anything that I record from here on in is going to be recorded. So, and then I'll have to hit import into the project. Once I hit import into the project, I'll give it a name. So I might just call it Voice 1. The reason that you're going to want to give it a name, if you use files that and you're going to layer in 15 layers, voice in particular, you want to give them a name so that you can keep track of them easily. I'll hit save, and now you'll notice in the upper right hand side there should be, you should see some files that you can just drag in, a lot like the music that you're seeing in the library. Again, it's online, it's going to be a little bit slower, but I think it's going to be an easier tool than GarageBand and Audacity combined. The end result is the same. You're still going to render an MP3 file that you'll host on NetFiles, and I'll walk you through it all. Now that my voice file is up here, I can just drag it in from the right hand side, and if I'm not sure which file, I can just preview here in the upper right hand file. That way I can kind of keep track of them that way, and I can just drag that in, a lot like GarageBand, and then this will just be waiting. And if I wanted to, I could edit, I could trim it up, add more, reduce it down. I can play with it that way. Couple of options here, solo, mute, and auto. I think the one that you're going to want to know about besides the volume of the clip would be the one called auto. And auto just gives you another track where you can pull the whole volume down. You can add some dots and make that increase. If you wanted to quiet it down at the end, you could drag it down here. That's basically how you use auto, and you can just hide that again with auto. We'll just preview, click somewhere in the menu here to preview. And then I'll hit start recording anything that I record from. And now I can just preview what I have. Okay, now I want to find some music to throw at the beginning. So I'm going to find some ambient music. Again, maybe not the best fitting for an exam, but I just want to show mastery of the skill set of layering in with music. You have the duration here of 3 seconds. You can preview your options. There are some intro, loop, and end pieces here. I'm just going to throw in this file here. Again, I'm going to drag it in track 2. I can preview it. And I don't want it to be that loud, so I'm going to click on it, click on auto, and I should have another menu here below. It's a little loud to begin with, so I'll bring that music down. And I want the music to kind of enter in a little bit louder as it comes in so it doesn't startle the student. And keep that music kind of flat and bring it down at the very end. So you'll be able to hear a difference of the music introing and then conclude. And then I'll hit start recording anything that I record from here. That way, this way it doesn't dominate the file. Now that I have, if this was a finished product, I've layered in my music, I've layered in my voice, I'm pretty much set to save. If you're logged in either with your own login or the class login, the EDHD 5007, you're just going to want to save the file. Give it a name. I'll just call mine test. I'll give it a description, and I'll just call it modified test, and I'll just save it. And once you're saving it, you're actually going to have the option of downloading it as an MP3. There's some nice options. There's some nice options if you're going to embed this into a website or share on a blog. Some really quick ways to grab that code. Once you've saved it, the option is to do a mixdown. And a mixdown is to create the MP3 file. So it's going to prepare my mix from a saved product, and it's going to render it into an MP3. So we'll just let it mix down, and then I'll pick it up as soon as... Okay, so now you're at the screen where you have the option after you're done mixing down. These are some options. There's a URL that can go with this file. You can embed this as an MP3 player in a website. The one I want you to do is to save it as an MP3 in this upper left hand side. You can preview it up here. And then I'll hit start recording anything that I record from here on. And I can download it as an MP3 or a WAV file. Please download it as an MP3, and you're just going to save it locally. So hit download, and you're going to point it to where to save. So you'll save it on your desktop, or if you have like a My Music file. I'll just save it on my desktop. Tell it where to save, and then give it a name and save. Once you've saved it, I want you to go to Net Files, and you'll follow the Net Files instructions that follow. Good luck. I hope it went well. You can always stop this video at any time and kind of review, or you can use the video at Aviary's site. They do a nice job. It's a little bit quick. It's a lot of information, but he does a great job. I hope this helps out. Email if you have questions. You can visit Remark, the TA, for this section to help you out. Very good luck, and I'll see you in a couple Tuesdays.